Hello, Amanda. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. Thanks for taking time to do this interview today. So recently you came off the Warp Tour where you represented the Share a Girl stage sponsored by your company. Can I ask you, as a woman CEO, what was it like to represent female bands from everywhere on that stage?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, the thing about it is this particular tour, there was an article that came out right in the beginning of it that basically talked about the founder of the tour kind of saying he wasn't a big fan of women in general, that because blaming him for the lack of women on the tour. And, you know, if anything, I would call him a feminist. And you know, the fact that he allowed us to put that stage there, you know, and how supportive he's been of me as a female CEO, you know, barely even knowing him, you know, I felt really, really blessed and honored to be able to bring female empowerment to the tour. And I also felt really excited to be able to kind of shoot back at the at that particular blogger. We had our tour manager write a wonderful blog about the subject, and we put it up on our Conquer blog and kind of shot back at that blogger. So it was really amazing to be on the tour, to have, you know, an almost all female crew, to have so many talented female-fronted bands, hardworking, strong, confident women. It was beautiful.
And on that tour, you not only have your bands and the music side of your company, but you also have a separate side, which is your artist developers.
Right.
And you allow them the opportunity to come on the tour. Can you tell us a little bit of how that promoted your company?
Well, what actually occurred was the very first date, we had a group of certified artist developers come out just to kind of help out. And I actually wasn't planning originally on having them on every single date, but these guys came out and did such a great job that I decided I needed to duplicate that on every date. But what we did was, the first date, these guys came out with water bottles, because on Warped Tour it's very hot, right? Mm-hmm. So everybody, water is a hot commodity on the tour. So they brought water, gave it away for free, put a QR code on it, driving traffic back to their own personal Get Conquer portal, and they said, hey, you get 3 free streams if you use this QR code. All you have to do is register for our site by signing this mailing list in order to get the free bottle of water. So they collected emails, they drove traffic back to the site, and each certified artist developer, I mean, usually per date, the feedback I got was they were getting hundreds of leads, you know, every day, every date. So, and we also incorporated in our makeup line, Motives, shop.com's makeup line, and we had somebody come out to do hair and makeup for the artists on the tour. The female artists on the tour, ties in perfectly with makeup every date. So, and it was really a great marriage with the certified artist developers and the Motives crew that came out. And the other thing that this did was, while you're on tour, you know, you want, part of the reason that we were there is we wanted to grow, we wanted to become part of the Warped Tour family, you know, we wanted to bring that style of music to the platform. We wanted to bring that fan base to the platform, but, you know, our little crew on tour, it's hard to follow up with 1,000 people yourself, right?
Definitely.
So what that did was it gave us a team of people that were incentivized to build that on their own. You know, they were financially connected to the people they met, and they followed up with those leads. So it was like bringing an army on tour to help make us a staple, to help grow, get awareness. We didn't just get, you know, credibility and brand awareness by having that stage. We actually got people to understand what we're doing because we had the army out there explaining it.
That's right, and that's what your company offers. What was life like on the road during the tour?
Well, that was intense. I mean, you have a RV full of people. For me personally, that was my RV, my tour bus is home. we're constantly traveling, so we actually live in it. So sharing that with other people was a little intense for us. Wear and tear on it, but it's a really fun experience. Everybody becomes like a family. You grow really close. You get up early every morning. You start like 7 o'clock in the morning. You go set up the tent. The crew sets up the stage. You get started. By the time you're done doing that, doors are opening. You have acts on the stage all day. That goes until maybe 7 o'clock at night. And then after that, there's a barbecue. After that, you break down first. Then there's a barbecue. And then by 11 o'clock at night, it's time to go. And you drive all night long and get to the next venue and do the next thing. You do it again the next day after day. So, it's intense. It's fun. It was really a great experience. I loved the crew of people that I was with. Actually, I guess I'd honorable mention to our driver on the East Coast, Garth Thompson. We lost him a week after the tour in a motorcycle accident, but he was
a blessing to you and a blessing while he was here.
Yes, he was. So that was definitely, we made great friends. He was one of them, but you build a little family on tour. And actually, most of them are here at the convention with us today. And Garth was going to be here too, but he's here in spirit.
He's here in spirit. What first inspired you to start this actual music platform?
I was an unfranchised owner myself, and I was also working in the music industry. And I just saw how things were changing in the industry, and everybody was looking for the new model, for how with the changing industry, how we were going to make it work. And I saw a great synergy with Shop.com, with Market America. The duplication that happens, the ABC pattern, the internet marketing side of it, the lifestyle marketing side of it, basically the partnering with millions of brands and products. It just seemed like a really great fit for the music industry, and it seemed like the solution, really. The other thing is having a incentivized street team was the biggest part for me in the beginning. Having an army of 180,000 people that are incentivized to move an artist's music, that's a pretty cool thing. And the biggest way music is sold is through word of mouth, and this is a business based on selling products through word of mouth. So that was what kind of motivated me to start this. And it's actually kind of funny. I didn't want to start the company myself. I just wanted Market America to do it. And so I went to them and I said, I basically suggested the idea of starting it up because I wanted to, not split myself. I had my two loves, my unfranchised and what I was doing with the music industry, and I wanted to bring them together, and I thought it was a magical thing. And when I brought it actually to my dad, he
happens to be the CEO of
Yes.
Market America and Shop.com.
He said, what he said to me, he said, "Wow, that's a really great idea." He said, "But I don't have time for that. Why don't you do it?" So, and that was kind of a challenge. I don't think he really actually thought I would go do it. He already had, if you are familiar with Shop.com.
I don't know. You have the same DNA as him. So I think he knew down deep you would just do it.
Well, they have 1 million plates that they're spinning all at once, right? So I'm sure to move into the music industry was on his agenda, but just not right then.
Exactly.
So, I went to work and started figuring out how to do it. So that's where it came from. That's how we got started.
And where do you see the platform going in, let's say, the next even 6 months? Because I think things are happening so fast right now with the platform. To even say in the next year would be, there's so many things that are going to happen just in the next 6 months.
Right. One of the biggest things that I think we're going to see happening is I think we're going to see artists on many levels turning their music, something that they love so much, into their full-time occupation. Not having to have a day job, not having to go with a record label, having it be an income-producing, full-time occupation rather than something that they love that they're trying to turn into something that makes money while they work their day job. That's the biggest thing that I think is going to happen. And on many different levels. I mean, I think on some levels we see some artists that blow up, that have some major success, but we'll also see some artists that have niche markets that really just utilize our lifestyle merchandising platform and start earning, $500 a week, replace their day job, quit their job, and do music full time because of this.
Exactly. Last question. Can we expect to see some dedicated Conquer events at conventions or tours coming up anytime in the near future?
Absolutely. I mean, we just got off the Warped Tour, as we talked about,
and
we
to
just had
regroup a little from
a big party last night. So that was amazing, put on by LC Galas. So we had a great party last night, but I mean, we're definitely going to see more of this. We want to this year take it big, get on, most of the major music events, a lot of the big festivals. So you'll see a lot of things like what we did on the Warped Tour this year everywhere.
Excellent. Well, thank you for taking the time and giving us a little bit more insight into your company, Conquer Entertainment. You can go and get more information when you go to www.getconquer.com. And we thank you.
Thank you.